Hello and welcome to Ben Television News. I am Nkiru Omuli. Here are the highlights. Nigerian president meets with the parents of the kidnapped schoolgirls. Jakarta's Governor Joko Widodo wins the Indonesian presidential elections with 53% of the votes. Former Jackson 5 member and late King of Pop Michael Jackson's brother Jermaine Jackson in Nigeria to work with P-Square. And in sports, Super Eagles goalkeeper Vincent Nyama says he has not played active football. Now the news. The Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan has met for the first time with the parents of the girls abducted by the militant Islamists about 100 days ago. He has been under intense pressure to meet with the parents after being accused of handling the crisis badly. Parents pulled out of a meeting with him last week amid accusations that they were being used for political reasons. The parents of 11 of the girls have reportedly died since the abduction by the Boko Haram group. The abduction of more than 200 schoolgirls sparked global outcry. The Nigerian government has said it will continue to ensure adequate security of life and properties across the country. The National Security Advisor Mohammed Dasuki disclosed this at a two-day workshop for security consciousness and awareness in Abuja. Represented by the Director's Special Service Office, Sariki Bello, he said government has put in effort to ensure adequate measures are put in place to contain terrorism, armed robbery, kidnapping, among others that are endangering citizens' well-being and corporate existence.
So in terms of raising the consciousness of people, then definitely you are sure that the society and lives and property will be better protected.
3 committees have been inaugurated by the federal government to ensure the successful takeoff of the Nigerian Mortgage Refinancing Company. Speaking while inaugurating the committee in Abuja, Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Mrs. Akon Ayekeni, said they were put in place to enhance home accessibility and ownership in the country through the new products and services offered by the company to increase mortgage penetration.
But when it has to do with the 33 states of the Federation, it will need going out to all the states to take into consideration houses built by government, houses built by individual, private developers, and also individuals to give us the larger picture of the total houses that we have. That's when we'll be able to compare what is the population of Nigeria, what's the number of the houses that we have, to be able to draw the conclusion on the deficit.
The 3 ministerial committees include Committee on Presidential Initiative on Delivery of 10,000 Housing Units, Committee on Verification and Auditing of Federal Government Land and Landed Properties in the 36 states and the FCT, and Committee on National Housing Survey Composition. The Minister of Power, Professor Chinedu Nebo, has disclosed that Nigeria will hit 10 megawatts of capacity generation by the end of 2014. The minister said this when Indian power delegation paid him a visit. Professor Nebo also disclosed that the nation's power sector, which is now in transitional stage, will soon summon a stakeholders forum of all DISCOs and GENCOs along with the regulators with a view of taking a look at India's model. And away from African news, Jakarta's Governor Joko Widodo has won the Indonesian presidential elections with 53% of the votes against about 47% for ex-General Prabowo Subianto, according to a tally of final results cited by local media. The news came just hours after Prabowo announced he was withdrawing from the election process and the world's third biggest democracy, claiming his opponent has committed massive fraud. The official announcement of the results of the July 9th election is expected shortly. A train carrying the remains of victims of the Malaysian airliner which crashed in Ukraine has arrived in the city of Kharkiv outside rebel territory. Flight MH17 crashed in an area held by pro-Russia rebels last Thursday, killing all 298 people on board. Meanwhile, international monitors say part of the wreckage were changed and cut into since they first saw them. Western nations say there is a growing evidence that the rebels shot down the plane using a missile supplied by Russia. And Nigerian Senate passes the Financial Intelligence Center bill. This will be in business news after the break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. The passage of Financial Intelligence Center bill by the Nigerian Senate is set to put the country ahead in its campaign against financial crime. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Drugs, Narcotics, Financial Crimes and Anti-Corruption, Senator Victor Ola, made this known in an exclusive chat with correspondent Muyiwa Bamidele in Abuja.
Recently, Nigeria was delisted from the Financial Action Task Force target group. By being a member of the target group, you are on the watch list, you are blacklisted. The financial climate is considered hostile and not suitable for business.
Senator Ola also explained that the benefits of the center is endless.
Before now, information at the disposal of EFCC were only accessed by the agencies at the discretion of the EFCC. One of the principles governing the operations of financial intelligence is the principle of confidentiality. If it has to come to you through a third party, it could be tampered with, it could be compromised. One of the advantages of this center is that the confidentiality of financial transactions is enhanced.
A secondary school in Imo State has emerged the winner of this year's Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation quiz competition. Ben TV's correspondent Awesome Raphael completes the report.
Education is the foundation on which nations are built. Most importantly, science education remains the cornerstones of industrial advancement, especially among the global superpowers. It is in realization of this that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, decided to make science and technology education a key fulcrum upon which an appreciable percentage of its community is anchored. Over the years, NNPC has given the national quiz competition the attention it deserves. This is because the competition is aimed to achieving the massive support to the federal government's campaign towards uplifting the standard of education in the country, promote unity among various youths in the country, among others. The Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Engineer Andrew Yakubu, stated that since the inception 13 years ago, the national quiz competition has helped to develop the interest of young Nigerians in studying science and technology in tertiary institutions across the country. Engineer Yakubu assured of unrelenting support of the corporation to the national quiz competition and other community-based efforts aimed at building national human capacities.
As an institution, NNPC believes that science and technology presents a limitless opportunity to bring development to our country and people and make the nation much more relevant in the global economy. Our sound scholarship scheme has not only helped towards the development of science and technology in the country, but has gone a long way in assisting the nation's future leaders, particularly the children of the less privileged, to prepare towards contributing their own quota to national development. As usual, successful youth and who distinguish themselves in this year's competition will be offered an array of befitting prizes, which range from automatic undergraduate scholarship by the corporation to other consolation prizes. My attention has been drawn to the amount involved in the scholarship package. I have therefore identified the fact that the package is not adequate enough, and I have directed accordingly for an upward review.
The competition, which was characterized by keen and healthy contests from participating zones, saw Imo State from Southeast emerge the winner with the highest score of 155, followed by Ogun State from Southwest, who came second with 145 points, while Akwa Ibom State from the South-South emerged third with 144 points. FCT came fourth with 130. In the North Central, Taraba State came fifth with 130 from the Northeast, and Kaduna State took sixth position with 90 points from the Northwest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to announce to you and at the same time present the winner of the 2014 NNPC annual quiz competition as Imo State with a total of 155 marks.
Natural sound. Annually, various student contestants slug it out in core science subjects of English, mathematics, biology, chemistry, and physics. Awesome Raffle, Ben TV News, Abuja.
And now in entertainment news, former Jackson 5 member and late king of pop Michael Jackson's brother, Jermaine Jackson, is in Nigeria to work with P-Square on their 6th album. A very excited Peter shared the news on social media. He also shared photos of Jermaine hanging out with his wife and his children. In a bid to help cultivate the habit of farming among graduates and non-graduate youths in Nigeria and Africa, Nigerian singer and songwriter Coco Master the Band and Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala presented the Do Africa petition in Niger as the campaign passes over 2 million signatures. According to the band, African citizens are ready to accept crop production so as to help enhance economic development and attract investors. He said Africans can create millions of jobs, feed Africa, and build a better future if we invest in agriculture. And now to sports. Super Eagles goalkeeper Vincent Inyama has said that he has not yet called time on his international career. The 31-year-old made his debut for the Super Eagles in 2002 and has gone on to rack 94 caps for the national team. He hinted after the 2014 FIFA World Cup that he will quit the Eagles, but has now stated that he still has unfinished business with the reigning African champions. A former Nigerian discus thrower, Adewale Olukoju, has said it will be difficult for Nigeria to win gold medals in athletics events at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Nigeria will be competing in 6 events when the Games begin in Scotland. The country had placed 9th at the last Commonwealth in Delhi, India, with a total medal haul of 33, with only 2 of the medals coming from athletics. The poor result from India and the pattern of preparation for this year's event has elicited doubts by many Nigerians about the Athletics Federation of Nigeria's claim of a harvest of gold medals in Glasgow. And that's the much you can take on Ben Television News. I am Kiru Omuli. Thanks for watching.